Good morning, everybody. Hey, this is Eric from TopFlight Trades. The day is Sunday, April 19th, and this video is the weekend review. So pretty much this video, what I do is each weekend I go through the stocks, what happened last week with the markets, how some of our premium picks did. We'll look at some other outlooks for next week, and this video we won't be chatting with everybody yet. It's going to be a shorter video, but I will be around later on today if anybody wants to meet one-on-one and chat and look over some charts. I am going to address a couple other requests for charts in here as well from some other members. So yeah, that's that. So, and again, of course, this video will be available on YouTube and it'll also be available on the website at topflighttrades.com as soon as it uploads. So hey, and the other thing too is be sure to watch it in HD. I notice that it always doesn't play back in HD. If you're looking in your YouTube, if you're watching the video in replay, go down to settings and you can set it to view in HD. It looks probably a heck of a lot better when you're looking at charts and other things. So again, this is Eric from TopFlight Trades. Welcome. If you haven't come over to TopFlight Trades and check out the premium picks. So far this year, we're doing really well. The markets have been, I can't say I've been really excited about the markets here recently. Let me find our window here. Where are we? Okay, where's my screen share? Trying to do a screen share here. Here we are. Okay. Let me jump on over. First off, here's the website here if you haven't seen it yet. TopFlightTrades.com. And what was I going to say? Yeah. Oh, the other thing too is and have it on here right now. But we have a new chat feature on here as well. Where'd it go? Here we go. New member chat room. So basically you can pull this up. If you click this now, you'll pull it up and you can see, I'm not logged in as me right now, I don't think, but you can pop up in here and you'll see the chat room. We also have a page up here. If you go up here to the content, you go to member chat, and you can join us in there. So what I wanted to talk about here was the premium picks. Oh, where we go? I'm sorry, the our premium picks here. Take a look and see how we've done. Now this month has just absolutely stunk. Okay. As far as performance, we're just kind of middle of the road. But we had on Monday, we had two picks here that failed entry. The market was down deeply and never even opened green at all. And so those two failed, and that was DATA and SCI. I posted those Sunday night. Of course, when you read the post, we needed to have a good day. Again, always check the markets before you enter. And Monday's open was definitely storm clouds, tornado, and hurricanes all in one. We started out deeply red. Anyways, we'll put these back on the list. We'll keep an eye on them. But you know, for April, we've only had, other than that, 4 premium picks, and we're just kind of shooting here in the middle here. Right now, ABC and EW are both down under 2%. And then we have Cyber. That's good. That's up 2. And then we have HAR, HAR. But for, March, we were definitely looking a little more positive. You can see we have a whole handful here. We have a few of them that are down. Got a few that are up. AMBA, yeah, that's a winner. That's up 20% on that one. You see earlier in the month we got in early. We got in some good picks. CGNX up 12, MMS up 8, AMBA up 20, FLTX up 4, INFN up 8, or VDSI up 19. And then as the month went on, it's just stagnant, And I mean, look at that. So from the middle for the last 30 days, from the 18th, and we can look at the chart on that too. Why don't we do that? Let's jump on over to the chart and we'll take a look here. I mean, so this is what we're looking at. I mean, obviously you can see here, going back to, February, late February, kind of pulled back, came back on the support here. Just been trading sideways. We're just not really doing much of anything. And then Friday was just that was a bummer. I was really hoping we're going to finish the week strong and hopefully maybe at least come up to the 2120 area. If not, certainly break past it and find new highs, but we didn't. So, what does that mean? So let's take a look here. Let's look at the SPY. So, here we are. So, anyways, I mean, what are we looking at? We kind of have this wedge here. Well, of course, here Wednesday and Thursday we look green. We're kind of poking up above that area there, trying to find some new highs. You can see that line there. We're just popping above. I'll just add it. Really needed a pop above it, and it didn't. And obviously Friday we came back down. So where are we going? Well, first thing I see is down here. If it's going to hold this wedge pattern here, well, we're going to come down to a little spot here, 205, area, and we'll see. Okay, and then NASDAQ looks a little bit better. And NASDAQ, you just kind of have this horizontal channel here, what I see, at least from support and resistance. We're kind of trading in between. It's really not wedging, but what are we doing here? Well, looking at this, I would think it would certainly, if it's going to continue, obviously it's going to come on down. But what do we know? This could absolutely reverse midweek on some good news and just take off. It doesn't have to come down here, obviously. What we want to see is higher highs and higher lows, right? So as for Monday, yeah. Well, here's the Dow. Not looking too much better. We kind of have this, let me see. Let me draw this in here. You can see we're doing something like that. We're kind of looking positive there, hopeful. And then, I don't know, down here, we pretty much got something going on down in here, at least looking at this area. But, there's really no telling here. As for Monday, I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty out there. I am still, of course, bullish on the market. It's just we're just kind of in limbo right now. A lot of uncertainty, but we have not reversed any trends. We haven't done anything that's saying this is a bearish market or anything yet. We're just trading sideways, and it's difficult and it's painful and it's uncomfortable sometimes. But one thing I do want to look at here, and we're kind of talking about this, is when you look too close at the markets, okay? And I did this last week on Friday. I was looking at the markets. I was even pulling up a 1-minute chart for a few times during the day there and earlier on. And, when you look too closely, it allows you to get emotions involved in your decisions, in your trading. And that is wrong. You don't want to do that. Turn off the news, turn off the people on TV, stick with your trading plan. Again, develop your plan. Here's the stock. Here's my fence. Okay. If it gets down beneath this point and tries to cross some breaks through the fence, I'm out. Okay. I mean, just create your boundaries before you get in. So when you set your stop, let the stock do what it wants until it crosses your line, when it hits your profit target or your stop. In the meantime, let it run. Now, you're not going to let it run sideways in there for 6 months and tie up your money. But again, stick to your plan and have it ahead of time. I did do that. I mean, but I was watching too closely on, let's just look at the 5-minute here. This isn't going to do it here, is it? Well, I mean, okay, let's see. Okay, well, I mean, anyways, here's the, what was I looking at? AMBA was one I was watching. Where are we? Oh, here's AMBA. Well, anyways, I was watching on the Thinkorswim platform. Anyways, just difficult to watch. Okay. But the problem with that is you look too closely. And, the one example I like to think of is if you're standing on the bow of a large ship, okay, what you're doing is you're looking straight down at the water and you're watching the big old waves slap the belly of the hull of the ship. Oh my gosh, look how big those waves are. Okay. Well, stand back and look at the horizon. Okay. That's, you can sit there and you can freak out about the waves slapping the belly of the ship, the hull. But you know what? That's normal. Okay. And they might even be bigger waves, but lift your head up a bit, get a different perspective, take a longer viewpoint. The captain of the ship is not looking at the waves slapping the belly. He's looking at the horizon. Okay. He's looking at direction. He's looking at, market direction, the wind, the weather, and he's looking at the horizon and where he's going. Okay. That's why you want to take a look back at this stuff. Okay. So AMBA, I'm in AMBA. Okay. Yeah. It crossed beneath the 13-day line here, and Friday was not good, but you know what? Look at this. This is a daily. This is nothing. It's abnormal, but for a minute there, I'm looking too closely. I let emotion get in. So, So what? We came back down to this support line here. Look at that. Okay. Nothing to worry about. And I know better. I mean, it's just now looking back and it recovered fairly well. But it's nothing. It's not even a big wick on the day. The range was nothing. I mean, we've had much worse. But anyways, so that's all I'm saying. So back to the S&P. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't look very good. We crossed beneath those moving averages, closed beneath them. Okay. We didn't find new highs. It's the end of the week. Look at the volume was up. Okay. But the other thing, take a look here at the weekly. I mean, don't even look at my little wedge I drew in there, but look at this. Is anything changing? No, not yet. Okay. We're still coming up. We don't even have a pullback like this on the weekly. I mean, we don't even have that yet. We've just kind of come up and we're just kind of wedging out here, flagging. That's it. So, I mean, just always take a look when you're looking at your stocks and you see them go down 50 cents. Just take a look back, look at it and reaffirm why you got into it. Go back and look and say, look at the weekly, look at the daily, and look at your indicators you rely on. Okay. Yeah, they probably moved a little bit, but you're all right. And if you're following your trading plan, you should be okay. So anyways, for next week, we'll see. I mean, we could come on down a bit, but I still am hopeful. I'm not convinced that the market is done or anything like that, what people are talking about. And forget those clowns on TV. They swing one way or the other. They're like, I want to diss weathermen, but they don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. No one does. Okay. So, you're going to do just as well determining what's going to happen tomorrow than they. I mean, geez, even our chief economists in this country have no idea what the heck's going on. So my confidence is lost in them, not in the markets here yet. So anyways, when we look at here, we're going to take a look at a few stocks. Now, again, after Friday's action did not set us up with any premium picks for Monday yet. But we do have some other action to take a look at here. We have quite a few stocks that are going to have earnings next week. So we'll take a look at those. And then we also have a couple other requests for some stocks here. Some other charts we're going to look at, as well as I'm going to highlight some stocks that are actually doing well, that performed well last week, even though the markets were kind of all over the place. And Friday obviously was down. So let me jump in first to a few of the stocks. I got 3 stocks here that was requested to look at, and let's do that real quick. And what do I got here? I don't want to look at that. Okay. First one, SEMP, Tempo Pharmaceuticals. Okay, I'm not familiar with the fundamentals on this company. I just pulled this up, but he was asking what we thought of this stock. Well, certainly this stock did well Friday. It held up nicely. You can see it had some sweet gains here in the last few weeks here, from 1370, 1360 all the way up to 20, and it closed at 20. We have earnings coming up, in 17 days. This looks good. From my eye, it looks like we might get a pullback here a little bit. You could expect it back down to the 13-day EMA. I don't know if I'd get in yet. If this thing really started breaking new highs, I might put a start position on it, small amount. Let's look at the weekly here. Yeah, got some big range there the last few weeks. Yeah, it kind of looks pretty extended to me. And again, I don't know the fundamentals on this company. Let me take a look at something here. Probably, the pharmaceuticals, some of them have just been growing like crazy. If you do your homework, you might see some opportunities to throw a couple bucks at them. But SCMP is getting an A+ rating from IBD and Market Smith. So let me see here. Okay, earning strength is above average. Price strength is A+. Industry strength, financial strength, and investor demand. That's a big one. All those are up. And SCMP develops drugs based on prostones for age-related diseases, including gastrointestinal and vascular indications. So, okay, the fundamentals of the company are strong. Demand is strong. Everything's looking good right now. It's just whether or not this is a good point to enter. And again, maybe so. If this thing were to find new highs next week and take off, I would wait for it to find new highs above 2050. And I wouldn't throw 100% of your capital at it. Start with 20%, 10%, whatever it may be. Just start with a little bit and see if you can get a little bit of gain out of it. Okay. And then just don't throw 100%. Don't throw $10,000 at it. That's what you are willing to invest in this company. Start out with just 1,000, 2,000, whatever. Start out with a smaller percentage and let it start earning its way up, earning your money a little bit more. You can kind of scale in as you go. Okay. But kind of looking at this here, we've kind of come up and pull back, kind of come up. We're going to pull back again. I don't know. So, anyways, SCMP, that's a good one. So thanks for pointing that one out. Next, we have STE, Steris. We've talked about this one before a few times. I was actually thinking this made the premium picks list once, and I do not see it on there. We've had, so far this year, we've had 110 premium picks, and only 4 of them in April. And by the way, while we're here, the premium picks include all positions, the ones we stopped out on and the ones we took profits on. We're up 6.16% this year versus the S&P at 1.08. This is not including any compounding. If you look at some people's talk about the returns, what they do is they'll compound. So they'll say, well, throw 5,000 in, and then they get 10% return, of course, and then they throw the return and right back in again, and they multiply, they compound. This does not. I'm not doing any trickery with that and saying we're compounding, because if I did compounding and I were to roll these trades 1 into 1, that it would be much higher. But we're not doing that. I'm just pretty much averaging all the open and closed positions that we have here, straight up average on all of them, and we're at 6.1%. So it's not a very aggressive number there, but it's definitely doing great above the S&P. So, yeah. Okay, back to the charts. Okay, Steris. I really like Steris here. We were watching it back in this area here. It's kind of getting this flat base up here and coming up to the 68 area, hitting it once, twice, 3 times. And I don't know why we didn't play the breakout here. And I have a really large fly in the room. You could probably hear it with this microphone. It's a beautiful day here in Seattle. I got the windows open. The sun is out. Going to the horse races today too. It'd be fun. Anyways, okay, so I really like this one, and I really like the setup here. What I really like about these breakouts, when we find new highs, I love it when the stocks come up. Sometimes they'll form an ascending triangle. I really won't call this one an ascending triangle, but we've come up and hit 68 once, twice, 3 times. We finally pop through it. And what happens, quarter of the time, third of the time, I'd say, it comes up and then it pulls back and tests the support back here at 68. Then it goes again. So with that in mind, we're almost there. If next week is strong, we may not come all the way down and touch it. We might just start taking off. But I really like the setup here. So either it might come down and touch this. It could come back down to the moving average. We've got, what's that, the 50-day here. But I'm expecting it to bounce off something here and go. So I really like that. Earnings is in 18 days. The other thing we might see is earnings might be what pushes this, just sends this, takes this off. So we might see this come down for a few more days, and then go. But I like this one. And I got this one marked down for myself. And we'll keep an eye on this one as far as a premium pick. So thanks a lot for that one. That's another awesome one. And let me look at the, see how this does with, it's rated an A with IBD. So that's good. Let me see something here. Okay. Yeah, this one, again, we've been watching this one before. So, okay. Next, we have IPHI. Okay. This one has earnings in 9 days, currently at 1926. It's a semiconductor outfit. So, yeah, looking good here. You can see this has done well last couple of weeks. Moved right on through, of course, the 13-day EMA and it popped above the 50-day EMA. Again, earnings are soon. Let's take a look and see how it does. A+ with IBD. Relative strength is currently, their RS rating is at 88. It's climbing. So this looks good. What I love to see, what I have most confidence in, and what works best for me is new highs. So if I wanted to get into this right away, before earnings, let's say, I would wait for it to get above this area here. I'd wait for it to clear 20 because 20 is right here. Okay, so that's pretty much where these are hitting. I'd wait for it to clear 20, and then we probably got 21 at least as a target, and then beyond that we clear 21. Then where are we going? Let's take a look at the weekly. Okay, here's the weekly. All right, say we clear 2150. Wow, we got some room up here. So this is a really good one as well. I really like the weekly here. Kind of come down, it struggled, kind of finding some base down here. It's come down to $7 a couple of 3 times here, kind of held that nicely, and then just started to recover here, and we're just finding new highs. So this is a really good one. I like it. Thanks a lot for pointing this one out as well. I know IPHI has been, it's on our master list, and I believe STE is as well, of the main 200 that I watch. So awesome on those. Again, I would wait on the IPHI for new highs above 20. So I hope that answers your questions. Now I'm going to shoot real quick through some stocks here that while I'm in this area, I'll shoot through the stocks that seem to be holding up pretty well, especially after Friday, that we'll be keeping an eye on. So first we have AFSI. Okay, so we have earnings in 18 days. Okay, let me move that up a little bit. This would be really good above 60. Okay, we're at 49.50, but 59.31 is that old high. So the 52-week high is 59.71. I think a safe play would be just right above 60. If you were to get into this, let it come to you. Clear 60. 60, 25, 60, 15, somewhere in there, maybe 60, 10. If you're a can slim guy. Well, actually, if you're a can slim, you would pick a 59.81. But again, I'd like it to clear 60. So AFSI is looking good. You can see it held up fine on Friday. It's only not even down a percentage point. Looking good. We're still holding a 13-day EMA on that. Again, eyes on 60. Monster's holding up well. You see it gapped up here in earnings and just been kind of trading sideways here. Let's see here. Here's the weekly. Got this nice flag here. I think technically it's probably a 3 weeks tight flag, right? Anyways, I like this. I'm not in this one. We've been watching it. Okay, we have earnings coming up in 25 days. Yeah, so keep an eye on this one. We'll look to see for some movement here. Again, love to see it break 144, and who knows where it's going to go from there. So keep an eye on that one. Then we have Noah. Look at Noah's just done awesome the last few weeks here. You see it found new ground and just took off. Above the high there at 22.38, you could see it just went. So awesome. So it's now at just under 30 at 29.43. So you can see how it performed last week. It held up nicely. So looks a little overextended right now, but keep an eye on, though. Sometimes these stocks can just continue to go up. So some of these stocks are just absolutely strong and not normal. We want the best, so anything can happen. But I'd not get into this yet. We'll see. I mean, it's doing really well right now. Again, I like new highs, but we could see a pullback here at some point. So HNZP. Oh, HZNP. If I said it wrong, it is HZNP. All right, here we go. Another pharmaceutical. It's currently at 30.82. Boy, look at this. So you'd say right here, this thing's, it's going to pull back. It did pull back, gapped up, and just continuing, let's look at the weekly. Okay. So was this overextended right here? Oh, yeah, probably. Did get a little pullback there. But this thing's just going. It doesn't look like anything's stopping this one. Yeah. Yeah, this thing's just cooking. Investor demand is extremely strong in this one, so we get a lot of uh, big boys in this one putting their money in HZMP right now. And, I haven't looked at the fundamentals closely, specifically, but this is probably valued quite well right now at $30. I haven't looked at the outlook on it yet or anything, but this thing's just been moving nicely last week. I mean, again, looking at it from the last few weeks, this has just been on the top of the list here for a while now. When's it going to stop? I don't know. Probably not till 100. Who knows? But definitely keep an eye on this one. These are the stocks. When you look back at some of these stocks that just absolutely just take off and they're up, 300% for the year. That's these. Okay, these pharmaceuticals and some of these other leaders that they just take off. And pretty soon we're going to look back at this chart, and it's going to look like this, and we're going to be way up here at the 100 mark. We're going to say, why didn't we get in down here? I mean, I tell you, look back at some of the winners, and that's, you look at this and you'll say, why didn't we? I mean, this looks awesome right now, but they get their start and they look at that strength, and they get the look at the volume, get the institutions behind them, buying into them. So awesome on that one. Okay, so that's that one. Oh yeah, ATHM Auto Home. I've been cautious about this one. It's a Chinese outfit. I was cautious about this one for making a premium pick. We were going to make it a premium pick back here, and it closed up above where we wanted to. So we would have got in here on this day. So we would have been still kind of sideways on it. Again, I'm myself personally cautious on Chinese outfits, but doesn't mean you are. So here's the weekly on it. Wow. So, again, what do I know? You can still always be cautious with your investments, obviously, and but the stock. I mean, is it really worth me missing out on all this because of a little worry about some risk? Well, as long as I put protection in place, it should be okay, right? You'd think. So, anyways, but looking at this here, Auto Home again, 53.56. Boy, you clear that. It's only a few bucks out. Find some new ground. This thing could really take off. So keep an eye on this one. Yeah, keep an eye on this one. It's doing quite well. The other one we have is Guild. This is one we've been watching for a while as well. You can see here we kind of had this wedge kind of going on here, and I know here a couple weeks ago we were waiting. We were back in this area, hoping it'd pop through. It didn't. It actually broke through the 200-day there, and then pretty much I was expecting all lost. We came back down to this area here, the support area. Pretty much held it. We had this day that probably shook a lot of people out. Excuse me. And then we pretty much just took off. Now we popped right on through. And I don't have it. I lost all my drawings on my charts with TradingView. Thank you. But we had drawn in here on the daily. We had we were watching the RSI is one indicator of what was going on with this one. We'll see if I can crudely draw it in here again. I think we were doing this. What we were watching for was this to come up and pierce above this line. And we, of course we failed. Like I said, we finally broke through the 200-day, and I thought this setup was gone. I thought we were going to fail this and it was going to decline, but it turned around, and then we finally broke through the RSI and up here as well. But now we've pulled back, so that's fine. Let's see if it pulls back both on the RSI and on the chart here to see if it pulls back to this area. And one thing to note here, look where all the moving averages are. They've just come together right here. That's going to show a lot of support for the stock. Okay, so we have our trend line here, and then we have all the moving averages, all of them. You get 13-day, 50-day, 100-day, and 200-day, all in one. And on top of it, we have earnings in 9 days. How's Guild doing? Why, let's take a look. Let's see here. Guild isn't doing that well right now, as you can see. Well, it's an A. It's actually improved. Because the action here hasn't been very strong. Investor demand is low on it right now. But give it a week. If this thing turns around here and they start moving in, the rest will as well. Because it hasn't been performing. I mean, look, going back here to September, it's just been trading sideways, really. He had some nice up and downs, but really we haven't. We're just basically around 100, going between 116 and 85 since August. So let's find some new highs and break that. So if this thing can hold this area here, let's break above 105. And then let's find 107, 109, 110, and off we go. So this is kind of a long-term hold on this one. Let's look at the weekly on it really quick here. Okay, here we go. Does this look healthy? Yes, it looks very healthy. Remember back talking about HZMP, looking back at some of these, and you look at these charts and you say, oh, HNZP's all the way down here. Why didn't we get in? That's what that is. All right. So anyways, what a run. Pull back. This is the weekly. Pull back to the 50-week. Run. Pull back to the 50-week. Okay. So I think this really looks good on the long-term view. Again, looking at the horizon, we're just getting out of the storm right now. Sunny skies ahead. Calm waters, I think. Still have a little bit to show us on the weekly. But you know what? Earnings just might do it here. Let's see. Yeah, we usually beat earnings. Let me see what I can find here. According to IBD, how are we doing? All right. Yeah. Okay, let me see something here. Earnings due in 11 days. So December 31st, earnings per share was up 342% from the year prior, and sales were up 134% from the year prior. So this is a growing company, and we can see it in the chart. So we might have an awesome opportunity to get in on Guild here. And then, of course, on top of it, I talked about really quickly here how all the moving averages are coming together right here at 101. Just incredible. And, of course, talk about the support you find at 100. I mean, that's right there underneath it as well. So chalk that up. I'm drawing that in there. This is just too good. Wherever it is. All right. That's good enough. Anyways, a lot of support right there. So, I mean, really, I would say if you put a stop in down here under 100, come down a little bit just to play it safe. The risk reward on this is just crazy. So I really like this. I probably will be entering it. And, really what's going to probably push this thing out of this pattern into, I'm not going to give you say to the moon, but will probably be earnings. So we'll see about that. Keep an eye on Guild. All right. FLTX. Okay. Watching this one as well. Love to see some new highs here. Just, again, the same typical pattern here. Folks, I know it gets boring sometimes, but, it works. So watching this one, again, I was hoping Friday would push us over. It did not. We cleared above it, but it did not close above that area here. And that's what we want to see with some volume. But Friday obviously did not deliver. Friday was strong. This probably would be a premium pick. Again, I believe we got into this once before back in here. Yeah, we got in FLTX back in there. I'm very sure. Why don't we take a look here? Okay, let me see if I can. Oh, yeah, it is in there. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Back in March 8th, we got in at 43.63. The heck? Oh, okay, sorry. You were watching a green screen. 43.63. We got in here. Yeah, okay, we didn't get in back in here. Or maybe we did earlier in the year. I don't know. Anyways, watching FLTX, I like that one. So those are ones to keep an eye on. Now I'm going to get in. I'm going to shoot through some that have earnings this week. So if you like to play earnings, these are good, strong companies that are on my watch list that have earnings this coming week. So here's Pinnacle. You may recall this. We did not play this one, but gapped up and then just continue to climb on up. And then last week, I don't remember what the news was, but it gapped down. And look at the range on that day. It went from $40 to $34 approximately in one day. closed down, and then now we're kind of starting to recover back up to this level again at 36. To play this, I definitely wanted to see find new highs above the candle bodies. I'm not worried about the wick here. That was a 5-minute deal. 10-minute. I think it was 2 10-minute candles for this action here. I don't know what the heck happened, but anyways, would love to see it clear 36.50. With some volume. We might see that. So we got earnings again coming up in 4 days. That might what just absolutely pushes this. Earnings estimate at 42 cents. Let me see how we're doing with it. It's an A- with IBD. Let's see. Earnings strength, price strength, financial strength, investor demand, all that are very positive. Only thing it's lacking a little bit is the industry. Where are they in? Oh, they're in casinos and gaming. So that's not doing too well right now. But you know what? We'll find out when Pink reports earnings in 4 days. So that might be a nice play for you. I'm going to keep an eye on that one as well. This looks like, though, if it failed, it reminds me that this really could gap down too. I mean, it's a lot of tight trading here, but we'll see. Okay, so anyways, I said I'd move through this quick. Manhattan Associates. Okay, reporting in 2 days. ORLY. It's coming down to the 50-day right now. Hopefully holding some support there. And we have earnings in 3 days. O'Reilly Automotive. PSCO, we haven't talked about this one in a while, but you can see it's just been kind of the weekly here. It's just been kind of trading sideways there a bit. Doesn't really look like it's flagging much, but technically you can call it a flag, I guess. But earnings are coming up in 3 days, so keep an eye on that. Again, the earnings, it's probably what's going to just pop these things into a new area, so into new ground. But of course, we don't know that. ABG earnings in 2 days. Under Armour, Under Armour earnings in 2 days. Under Armour's looking strong, and I just if you look on, I think I posted the stock twits. IBD just put an article out on Under Armour right now, talking about earnings, and they're looking positive for it. So it's currently trading 85.19. It's just been look at the performance in this one. It's just been climbing. I mean, look at Friday. I mean, down 0.5 percentage point. So, well, this says profit seen down. Well, their outlook was good. I'll have to look really closely at it, but definitely when you have earnings coming up, again, I'm not suggesting you play earnings. I usually don't, but some of you do. But these are factors in these plays. So if you're holding and you don't want to play earnings, well, now might be the time to get out. Okay, then we have Alaskan Air. Been watching this one as well lately. It's just not been doing much. Looks like we're holding support there at the 100-day. We have earnings coming up in 4 days. EW. This one is a premium pick, I'm pretty sure. We played this right here. We were watching this here. It was we're looking for it to find new ground. It finally did. EW, yeah. Yeah, so we're down. This was a new one, yeah, from the 12th, just last week. So where did we get in? The 12th. Oh, March 12th. Yeah, so back here. No, wait a minute. Oh, we played it early. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did. We played it early. This candle here was what we wanted to see above this area here. Right there. It wasn't very strong. I was a little cautious about it, but right there, we closed above where I wanted us to. And we just happened to get a good move the next day out of it. But it's since this pulled back. So we'll see what this does. I think earnings will probably be good for it. Expectations is $1.04. Last quarter was $1.06 is where they were at. So yeah, so keep an eye on that one. That's already a premium pick. AOS earnings is in 5 days. And we have Facebook. Facebook did not do well on Friday. Lost some gains there for sure. Let's see if we got something here. What is this here? No. Okay. Well, I was looking at was these 2 points here. Oh, there you go. Okay. So again, I play the bodies. We're pretty much holding that there. Well, somewhat. Keep an eye on that. Earnings is in 3 days for Facebook. And again, I have no idea on Facebook. And then finally, we have Bib. A Bib. I like Bib because on the weekly, you kind of notice we had this kind of ascending triangle here on the weekly. And to me, that's strong. Let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, you're probably not going to say it looks very strong today, but I had drawn it, well, kind of essentially like this, I guess you could say. Whatever. Anyways, I like to play. This had finally broke through. Was expecting a pullback. Again, sometimes it'll often get to this area here and pull back and then go. We're not really getting it yet. This is on the weekly. So it just took off again, hit 480 is a 52-week high. It's now pulled back to the 13-week EMA right here. So let's jump back to the daily. Okay, so you can see here's the area where it broke through, came up, pulled back to the 50-day, and we'll see if we hold it. We have earnings in 5 days. So this is currently priced at $419.59. So that's that. So let me hop on over and we'll take a look here. See, all right. See if there's any questions, any viewers. This was a spontaneous thing. I met with a couple viewers yesterday, a couple members yesterday, and we kind of did a one-on-one as far as looking over some stocks and that. I didn't post those videos because they're one-on-one and private, I guess. But so that's why we don't have really a lot of invites for this right now. Okay, we don't have any questions. Let me take a look at our chat, see if we have anybody there. I don't see anybody there. Okay, looks like it's just me. Hopefully everybody's out enjoying the weather today. It's just absolutely beautiful here today. So that's pretty much what I have for now. If you want to, I'll be back tonight. I am going to the races. I'm going to go check out some horses here in a little bit after service. And do that. I'll be back about 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Pacific. You're on the East Coast. I know that's too late for you, but I will be around. And if you have any questions, I go to TopFlight Trades there and go into the premium chat. If there's something you want to see, a chart you want me to look at, or you want to talk about anything, hit me up there. And when I get back, we can hop on here one-on-one and look at some charts if you want. So I'm always available for that. It's really hard to do this with everybody's schedule, especially on the weekend, especially when it's beautiful like this out here like today. So, and next week, again, earnings. It's earnings season. A lot of earnings going to be coming out. Be a lot of movement, a lot of volatility. Hopefully the markets, the world markets and the world economies and the world of politics doesn't give us too much unrest and uncertainty. And, you got to wonder about, the news with Iran and Yemen and all this stuff happening. So looks like I have someone here. Someone's at my door. All right. Hey, folks, thanks a lot for watching today. I hope you have a wonderful evening or a wonderful day. Enjoy the day. And get a hold of me on chat. Email me, topflighttrades@gmail.com. And I'd love to talk to you. So here's to a good week. Talk to you later. Bye.